Facebook, YouTube, what's up guys? Today is April the 8th, and as you can see, it is raining today, and it's going to be raining all day. All right, so anyway guys, I'm out here on my first and only job today. This is Mr. Mike. He contacted me about a week ago. He set up an in-home consultation, and he was one of those clients. He said, Courtney, I don't want to send the pictures. I know I'm going to use you. I've seen enough of your work. Let's just go ahead and get you out here so we can get this done. So I do give my clients options, my potential clients options, to either send me pictures, other areas, and then I give them a ballpark figure price of how much it's going to be. And if they want to move forward, we'll then set up the $75 in-home consultation. But I'm gonna say about 50 to 60% of those clients will say, Courtney, let's just come on out here and just give me the quote, okay? And that's good, guys, when you have a good reputation. Also, 𝐓𝐫𝐮𝐬𝐳 is on one the same way, but he's doing a wax removal slash screen and recoat for almost 1,000 square feet. So what I'm going to be doing today, guys, on this job, 524 square feet, screen and recoat at $2 a square foot. If you look really close, Mr. Mike, he started to notice a lot of surface scratches in the floor, so that is a good indication it's time for a screen and recoat. You can see some of these boards and the grain is starting to wear. Also starting to see some color loss right here. All right, so I'm gonna correct that issue today. So what I'm gonna be doing is this poly room, this whole foyer area. I just got through taping off the carpet. Don't want to get polyurethane on the carpet. Coming down this hallway, Mr. Mike is down in the basement with the dogs. I taped off that. And then this whole kitchen area going around the island. So again, if you look really close, the floors are just really worn, guys. There's really no polyurethane on these floors, but still abrading the floors is going to create a surface scratch, a pattern, so the new finish has something to hold on to. And then right here, we got some wear. Look, they probably had a trash can, so I'm going to do some color correction right here as well. See that? All right. And then going around the island. So for the most part, guys, these floors are really not in horrible shape. They just need a good uplift. And Mike was telling me that his neighbor had their floor sanded years ago, and they just complained about how long it took and the mess. So he said he didn't want to go through that. So after finding my videos, like a lot of my clients do, he felt like this was a great option. All right, guys, I am going to go ahead and get started, and I'll start screening these floors down, and I'll come back and show you some results throughout the process. Stay tuned. Now, if you guys look really close, I'm just starting the screening. You can see I'm not getting a lot of old poly knocked down. So this is, again, this is because there's not a lot of finish on here to knock down. So if you watch our videos, sometimes you'll see a lot come off, and then like in this case, you don't see a lot come off because there's really nothing really that much to knock off. So you'll be surprised of how many homes their wood floors are just lacking protection, and they don't realize it, and this is a good way to tell. All right, guys, stay tuned. Hey, I just want to show you something right quick.
What you gonna show me?
So I remember you were telling me about your neighbor. You didn't want to go through that same mess with the sand in the floors. So let me show you the benefit of screening. If you come look real close, you see where I haven't screened yet? You see all those scuff marks, all those micro scratches, but you look right here, you don't see them anymore.
Right.
See that? Because that's the benefit of the screening, is just to knock that top coat, existing coat down, so we can apply a new coat. And that's one thing about your floors. They were, they were ready for a screen or recoat, and this is just a good indication to show you how it's prepping the floor before adding new finish.
Opens up the pores.
Yes, sir. Yep. The poly.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, I love it. I love doing this service, man. Yep. Yeah, I told you, and that's another thing. You see, it's not creating a lot of mess. Very little. Because that when I first of all, this machine that I'm using, this is a buffer. Well, the buffer is spinning this way.
Yeah.
Well, with those drum sanders, they spin like a tire, so it's kicking. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's the thing about this. So about time that dust comes up about this high, it falls right back down.
Right. Oh, good. She still has to vacuum anyway.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mike. All right, guys, that's one thing about me. I love to show my clients the process and also educate them, because they have questions and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you guys see that scuff mark? See how it just came right out? But there's nothing wrong with that, man. That's one thing about me. I love when my customers are here. A lot of guys, man, they don't like people watching them. They don't like people asking questions. I'm like, first of all, man, you're in someone's home. And to me, man, when clients hire me, it's an honor. You know, it's a privilege to be here, because first of all, they didn't have to hire me. You know, there's a lot of other companies they could have chose. So I definitely love interacting with my clients, show them what I'm doing during the process, and just make them feel a whole lot more comfortable as well to ask questions. Because you'll be surprised as a professional, if you don't make your clients feel comfortable, they won't feel comfortable engaging with you, asking questions. And a lot of times, man, being in the home service industry for over 20 years, man, some people just can't wait to pay you just to get out the house. And that's not good. So, all right, guys, let me get back to it. Stay tuned. All right, guys, another question that I get asked, especially a lot from the other contractors, they say, Courtney, how do you get under the toe kicks? And I'm gonna show you guys how. It's two ways. Either sometimes you can do it by hand. So once I'm done, I'll just break off a piece of my screen, or I use some sanding blocks and I go by hand. Or with the machines, this machine, always use a weight on it, just to apply more pressure to it. But once I'm done screening the floors, because that buffer will not go under the toe kicks with the weight on. So once I'm done screening the floors, I then remove the weight, and let me show you guys. Now you can see with the weight removed, see that? I can go right under those toe kicks with the machine. See that? And also the same thing with my 𝐓𝐫𝐷𝐸. Without the weights, I can go under the toe kicks really, really well. All right, you see that? Give you a good demonstration over here. Right under that toe kick. And that's how I do it. But if I can't do it with my machine, because some toe kicks sit lower than others. But this is pretty typical in most homes. But when they sit lower, that's when I usually have to do it by hand. See that? All right, guys, stay tuned. All right, guys, got these floors screened, color correct, vacuum, clean and tack. Now it's time to put down the first coat. Client is already impressed with what they've seen. Also, remember right here, guys, there was a lot of missing color. I added some color back to the grain and let the poly do the rest. So here, all right. I also added some color back here as much as I could. I'm gonna let the poly do the rest. All right, guys, stay tuned. All right, guys, just got back from lunch. Actually, shout out to Mr. Mike. He took me out for lunch. Yes, sir. So we just got back, and this is the first coat, and you can just see how much better the floors are looking just after the first coat. So I just mixed up my second gallon. I'm gonna let it dry for about maybe another 20-30 minutes before applying the second coat. But guys, look how much better that looks right there where the trash can was. You can barely see a difference right now. All right. Yeah, came out really, really good. Really good. All right, the hallway. All right. Added some color here. That looks better. And then the foyer. And again, this is a satin finish. Now remember, each coat that you apply, the sheen level does go up. So that's why honestly I don't recommend anything over semi-gloss. But again, we carry all 4 sheens, matte, which we rarely do matte, and we rarely do gloss. So our most popular sheen is satin, because again, the more sheens you add, coats you add, that sheen level goes up. But yeah, guys, another happy client. And thanks again to Mike. He actually found me on YouTube. And yeah, man, very, 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 very good work. All right, guys. So I'm just do my little inspection. Sometimes if there's like any little bubbles or anything kind of stuck in the poly, I use one of these. It's called a nip filer, and just kind of just knock it out the finish before I put my second coat down. All right, well guys, thanks again for watching. You guys enjoy your Easter weekend, and we'll see you in the next one.